What's up, everybody? Silver Stasher back with another video. Today I'm going to tell you what would happen if you put $10,000 into gold or silver back in 2000 and exactly how much money you would have today. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, before we get into this video, I want to mention the giveaway on my last video. All you have to do, we're going to continue that till this Friday, so it's Monday today. So we got till Friday, and all you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, and for every 10 subscribers I get, I am going to give away either a silver quarter, 90%, or a silver dime, probably more on the quarter side of things, but as of right now, we already have one person who's going to win something, so I'll select the winner in a video. But again, all you have to do, like, comment, and subscribe. Once you do that, you're good to go. So you have a pretty high chances of winning because, like I said in the last video, I don't have a ton of subscribers, so your chances are pretty high. But anyways, let's get into the interesting part of this video. So basically, gold in 2000 was $282 per ounce. So if you spent 10,000 of the fake bills to buy $10,000 worth of gold, you would have bought 35.46 ounces. So you'd have 35.46 ounces of gold, which obviously in today's day and age, that is a ton of gold to own as a single individual. What that comes out to be, you ask? It comes out to be $118,989, or I'm sorry, $118,989.56 if you were to buy that in gold, or the gold would be worth that today. So a $10,000 initial investment has turned into $118,000, almost $120,000 investment. So that's pretty substantial. We'll get into the numbers deeper in the video, but before I go into more of that, I want to talk about silver in 2000. Silver in 2000 was a low $5.30 per ounce, which means that for $10,000, you would have been able to buy 1,886.79 ounces of silver, which would equal in today's market about $63,579.38. To give you guys a little perspective, all of this silver on the table right here, this is only $1,000 worth of silver. So imagine this times 64, times 63. So that would give you an idea of what you would have if you did spend $10,000 on silver back in 2000. Pretty good investment if you ask me. Obviously, gold is definitely a little bit higher, but needless to say, they're both good investments, and I'll go into exactly why in a minute. So basically, the gold total return for gold is 1,089%, or a compound interest rate of 11.17% a year, and which is very high. That actually outperforms the stock market, which I'll talk about. And for silver, the total return is 535.8%, or 7.6% a year, and based on compounding interest and everything. To give you guys a perspective, the stock market, from the resources that I can show you here, has told me that it has averaged about 7.3% a year. So both metals have actually outperformed the stock market theoretically in the last 25 years. Now, needless to say, depending on what sources you guys are looking at, you can find different numbers. Some people say the stock market has returned an average of 10%. Some will say 9, some will say 7, some will say 6. It just really depends. So I can't find a very valid and streamlined source for that information. But to give you guys a perspective, gold and silver have done really, really well. Obviously, gold has outperformed silver, but there's a lot of benefits with silver that I think gold does not have. So anyways, last 25 years, both assets obviously beat inflation in all savings accounts. So don't save your money in a savings account. Maybe save a little bit, but I think buying precious metals is a very good idea. Silver's lower entry point obviously means more ounces when you're starting out, which is why I really, really, really prioritize buying silver right now, because maybe it doesn't have historical returns the same way gold does, but I can buy more of it, which gives me more encouragement to keep saving more and more money, and I think that there's a lot of value to be said about that. So silver is a little bit more volatile, which I'm sure, as you guys watching this video already probably know, but there's also potential for higher short-term gains compared to gold, for example. Now, in terms of long-term preservation for life, all of this stuff is a long-term investment. I'm sure everybody knows precious metals are meant to be a long-term investment. They're not necessarily as good for buying and flipping stocks like you could do on the stock market. But basically, you gotta think very long term. I'm in my 20s right now, so I am trying to think very long term. I think about passing this stuff down to my grandkids. I don't think I ever see myself selling it. Obviously, if an SHTF situation came about and I had to pay for a medical expense or something, I would have this to rely on. But I don't want to necessarily have to rely on that, if that makes sense. So anyways, guys, this is a little bit of information about investing in gold and silver. And if you were to do it back in 2000, I think it's really interesting. This is only about $5,000 worth of gold. So imagine that times 20 or times 20 or times 22. I don't know. You guys know the math, times 24. And that would be as much gold as you would have if you would have invested 10,000 back in 2000. So 25 years is a long time, but is it really that long? Not really. If you're in your 20s, that gives you till about 50 years old, and you'll have, let's say the market has made the same amount of gains, then you would have a huge substantial amount of money here. So it's pretty interesting to think about. And as always, I love to trade this fake stuff for the real stuff. It is an addiction. It's a hobby. It's also a way to save money. It's a way to invest. But one piece of advice that I could give you guys is just keep on buying. When I first wanted to get into gold, somebody told me that the market was actually too high, so don't buy it yet. And I listened to them, but unfortunately gold was at $2,600 an ounce. And as you all know, like I said, gold is now at $3,350 or something like that. So, people are always going to say, oh, it's so high right now, don't buy it yet. But the realistic truth is, it does generally go up as time goes on. You can never time the market. It's not worth trying to time the market. It's better to just buy when you can, as much as you can when you can, and save up for a long period of time. And hopefully, as long as history repeats itself, it should treat you well in the long run. So please, anyways, guys, if you can, please like and subscribe and comment. It really helps me out so much, and you also have a chance to win free silver. So everybody loves free silver, at least I do. But I really do appreciate you guys watching this video. If you learned something, let me know. Maybe you guys have some other information I could add on a future video, but I'm actually going to head out right now and go to the coin shop. I think my girlfriend wants to go spend $100 on gold or silver, depending on what we can find. So if you guys have any comments, we're either going to go today or tomorrow if the shop is already closed, because it's getting kind of late. But if you guys have any suggestions on what she should buy for $100, let me know. I'll probably try to make a video on it, but I know she's excited and I'm excited to go with her. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching as always. I'm glad to be back, and I will see you guys on next video. So Silver Stasher out. Thank you guys.